Hi, I'm Sebastian and I'm an artist. So, roll up your sleeves, get ready to get a bit gooey. The kind of art I like to make is more sculptural and I like incorporating technology into it as well. Ta-da! The work I'm doing at the moment is in film and I'm a sculptor on film sets. I'll go through it. This is really made out of junk. So here, that's old CD racks.
Ooh.
Processes in my art involve a lot of problem solving, a lot of hard work. They're always quite large scale, so yeah, there's a lot of space required and a lot of people, so it's always great collaborating. Get set, shoot! I love working with timber, I love working with plastics, materials, anything really that's malleable and I can get my hands into. Clay, I love sculpting, polystyrene, anything that's really physical and hands-on. Pulling it away until it's all gone. It should just come off really easily. The processes in my art involve a lot of technology, a lot of problem solving, a lot of repetition, and a lot of hard work. And there you go, you finished hand mold. Rock on. You have to use your imagination a lot and make it real. So yeah, to realize it, you have to see it. And so yeah, you really have to get involved. Just pop a phone in him and the sound bounces around his mouth and comes out louder than you'd ever expect. The piece I'm most proud of is a sculpture I did for Vivid Festival, which is a light festival in Sydney, called Robotanic, and it was my first public piece, and yeah, a lot of hard work, but a lot of reward. It was very nerve-wracking when the public saw it because you're being judged there and then, and yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but a lot of fun. My art philosophy would be have fun whilst doing it. If you're not having fun and you're not truly motivated or inspired to do it, it can be very difficult because you do put a lot of energy in. So yeah, have fun and enjoy it. 3, 2, 1. My first memory of art would be entering a competition in the newspaper when I was about 5 years old, and it was to draw an aeroplane, your favourite aeroplane. I remember winning a How to Make Paper Aeroplanes book from doing it, and that was my first kind of, oh, I can do this. Forget the manicure, guys. Creepy claws are where it's at. I'm going to show you how to make them. Subjects I loved at school, obviously arts and woodworking and anything revolved around that, but I also loved maths and engineering as well, I did. And that, I've always been quite mathematical. And then, yeah, we were lucky enough to do surfing for sport, so I loved surfing as well. People commenting on my work is confronting sometimes. I kind of shy away from talking about it. If someone says something, I try to end the conversation pretty quickly, but I'm getting better at it, and you have to be confident about what you do if you're putting it out there. So it's a learning curve, but yeah, it's any talk about my work is great. Now this hand's done, we'll do the same for the other hand, and then all we need is a cool party to go to. Actually, we've got a wedding next week. Using special paper that lights up when connected to a battery, we're going to play around with shape and form and bring a landscape to life. All right, so we need some sticky tape, tissue paper, cardboard. The EL panel is an electroluminescent panel, and that basically means that it's painted with a special coating that lights up when you put a battery on it. So that's going to make our little landscape come to life. Batteries, inverter, scissors, knife, pen, and a ruler. We're going to cut out a piece of cardboard as a base, and that's going to firm it all up a bit and give us something to stick to. So with the pen, just mark out the corners, and then get your ruler and your knife, and always being careful because it's a sharp blade, and just cut from corner to corner. And now it's time to draw our plan on the back side of the EL panel. Now, if you need an image to copy your plan, that's fine. I've just chosen a cactus because it's nice and simple. I think they're really cool. And don't worry if you make a mistake, just don't use a permanent marker and you can rub the pen right out with your finger. And now I've drawn the outline, we can grab our blade and start cutting it out. Always remember to be very careful with the blades because they're very sharp. Grab an adult and cut around the outside, but make sure you leave the bottom so it stays attached to the panel. Now we've cut the cactus out, remembering this is a landscape, we're going to create some form and some lines in the sand. So I'm going to use some tissue paper for that. Because we've got to cut out a few, we're going to fold the tissue paper up into the lines and just do one cut on either end. And that'll give us two shapes to work with. Just making sure they're about 1 centimetre wider than the panel. Now we've cut the lines, we want to separate them into singular sheets and layer them on top of each other, and that's going to give us the effect of sand. It's time to stick the sand onto the panel. Grab some sticky tape, and we want to join all those pieces together, so run the sticky tape along the edge, and again on the other side. Just pull a long piece. And now that's all attached, we want to just lay it over the panel and stretch it so it's nice and flat. And now that's attached, we want to put one more piece, a nice flat piece over the top of the whole lot, and that's going to keep it all down. So cut out one more square, make it about 1 to 2 centimetres larger than the panel. The square is ready to stick down now, and stretch that over the top. Stick it down on the back. Well, I think I'm going to need something to stand my cactus up. So maybe if you've got a piece of wire laying around, maybe you can poke that through, and that'll keep the cactus up. Stick it down with a piece of sticky tape. That wire looks good and it's keeping the cactus nice and tall. It's time to put some batteries into the inverter. Now these are AA batteries and they just give the EL panel the right power. Well, the cactus is standing nice and tall. There's only one thing left to do. Try it out. 3, 2, 1.
Anthropomorphic is a funny word. It's also very difficult to say, but it basically means that you give human characteristics to an object or an animal, or a pineapple. I'm going to show you how to draw a human pineapple. We'll start out with a big oval shape. You can do this in pencil. And then 2 other oval shapes on the side of that one, about half the size of the first. Those are its eyes. Up the top, just a triangle. That's going to be his little pineapple head. Underneath the eyes, 2 little oval shapes for tiny arms, and then 2 down the bottom for legs. And now pop 2 big oval shapes inside the eyes for the eyeballs. You can put 2 little circles inside there too. There'll be glimmers of light. You can also put in a line just above the eye. It can be the eyelid. Now up the top, we're going to draw his pineapple hair. It's nice and spiky. Lots of little triangles on the outside, like that. All right. Okay, now let's go over it with some black pen. Now, you're not going to go over all of the lines you've just made. To start with, trace the shape of the body just down to the top of the eyes there. And you can go around the eyes, the whole way around. Just an oval shape there. And then the same on the other side. Around and up. If you want, you can also give the eyes little eyelids, but you don't need to. Trace around the outline of the feet. You can give them little feet on the bottom too if you want, or they can be straight up and down. And then back around the shape of the body. And there you go. Now that we've done that, we're going to erase our pencil lines. So just gently, make sure that the ink is dried first. Give it a little bit of time. You don't want to smudge it. I've done that a lot. All right. Now it's time for the most important thing, colouring. I've picked 2 marker colours, a light yellow and a light green. We'll start with the yellow. So we will start with a nice yellow color, like a pineapple. And then we use a light green, top of the head, the leaves. Okay, now finally, I've got two darker versions of those colors to do a spiky up and down pattern over the top of those. We'll start with the yellow, with the pineapple, to give it that pineapple texture. Now this is the pineapple I would be friends with. Now we'll do the same with a darker green color. Just in the leaf. And there we have a pineapple friend with legs to walk straight into your mouth.
What do you think of it?
Fun?
Oh, this is so cute. I love it. It's very cute. Maybe that, I guess, food is art too, like the creation, like culinary art.
And there we have a pineapple friend with legs to walk straight into your mouth.
I really like the use of eyes, like the defining feature is the eyes.
We'll start out with a big oval shape. Those are its eyes.
The fact that they're really large makes them seem like a lot cuter.
Sandra!
Oh, hey Nathan!
Oh, there you are. I brought my camera. What are you doing?
I need to take photos of these little guys.
Wait, I came all this way with my camera just so you could use it.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm here, I might as well give you a couple of tips on how to take the perfect shot of a butterfly, okay?
All right.
First tip, turn your camera on. Like that, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you want to do is be really still because these guys scare really easy, so no loud noises and no sudden movements.
All right.
Just nice and slow. Close.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Do it more.
Oh, yeah.
Slowly, no sudden movements. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
get that shot. Oh, look at that guy over there.
That's nothing. Oh, okay.
Sandra, come here. Now, tip 2, set yourself up next to a flower that butterflies really love. Like this one here. Look at that little guy. Now, because he's occupied, you can get in really close.
I can't seem to find any.
Yeah, they seem to all have disappeared. Okay, so tip 3 is butterflies are like any animal, unpredictable. So be prepared to wait. And on that note, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Thanks, Nathan.
Have fun.
I've got some great shots here. Now let's go turn these into a beautiful butterfly crown. To make a butterfly crown, you'll need branches, which I found in my local park, some glitter, butterfly photos, paper, a headband, and some spray adhesive. But every time you use spray adhesive, make sure you wear a mask. And to color in and trace our butterflies, we've got some markers, a paintbrush, pencils, watercolor paint, and a hot glue gun, and scissors, and also a light box. But if you don't have a light box at home, you can just use the window. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is trace our butterflies. I'm gonna take my butterfly photos and then my normal sheet of paper and stack it on top, making sure that they all align. And from there, I'm gonna grab my marker and start tracing. I've now drawn the outside edges of my butterfly. Now I'm going to fill in the inside wings. Just filling in as much detail as you can. And just the last detail. Okay, now it's done. I'm going to start colouring in my butterflies. I think I'm going to use a darker orange, a peach colour and a yellow colour. Okay, so time to colour in. Okay, so I'm going to do the gradient colouring where it's darker at the top and it fades to a lighter colour at the bottom. We're just going to repeat this with all three colours. So now I'm just going to fill the details with my blue marker. And now I'm going to colour in the body of the butterfly with the brown colour. All right, so I finished my body. And now let's make some more by repeating the process again and just experiment with different colour combinations. So I'm going to use blue this time. Now you can use a range of colours, markers, watercolour, pencils, anything you like. All right, so now I have a range of butterflies, all with different colours and patterns and sizes. Now it's time to start cutting out our butterflies. Grab your scissors and then just cut around your butterfly really carefully. So now I've cut out my first butterfly. Now you just want to repeat this process with all of your hand-drawn butterflies and your photos. Okay, now we've got all our butterflies. Now it's time to start assembling the crown. So what we're going to do is just stick the branches onto the headband with some hot glue, but make sure you get an adult to help you with this step. So there's no right or wrong with this, but I'm just going to add a few of the short branches at the front and a few of the longer ones at the back. And then you can start to add on your butterflies. So to attach the butterfly, I'm just going to make a slight crease in the middle and then add a bead-sized amount of hot glue. Stick it on to your branch with the colourful sides facing out. Now that's our first butterfly. You probably want one butterfly per branch, some high, some low, just spacing them out a little bit. That's my last butterfly. Now for the final step, this is optional, but you have to get an adult to help you with this. You grab some spray adhesive and spray it at the bottom of your crown, and then quickly dust some silver glitter onto it as if you were covering it with some snow. But you've got to go outside to do this, so I'm just going to pop outside. And once the glues are dry, just place it on your head, and there you have it, your very own beautiful butterfly crown. I hope all the other butterflies like it.
I'm Celia Cecchi and I'm an events nail artist. A nail artist is someone that paints little tiny pictures on your nails. My love of nail art started about 6 years ago. I was pretty bored at the time and needed a creative outlet. I stumbled across it online and I just was so amazed by how incredible it was. I just had to try it myself. Just started as a hobby and then I got totally obsessed with it. I think people love nail art so much because it's just an addition to your outfit. You don't necessarily have to wear loud, bold colours, but you can express yourself on your nails and do something fun. So my style is just pattern and colour mixed together. I was completely self-taught. I developed my style by practising heaps and really focusing on what I was doing. I love doing an ombre fade, a rainbow ombre fade. Looks amazing. The longest time I've spent on one set of nails was 2 hours. It was a portrait of someone's boyfriend. A challenge when you're a nail artist is working on really tiny fingernails. It's challenging because there's not a lot of room for you to create your art. The materials we use to create nail art is nail polish, striper brushes, which are a really thin brush, or paint brushes, dotting tools, or even bobby pins. And you can also use kitchen sponges. My tip for people wanting to try nail art is to just keep trying, and patience and focus. It doesn't matter if you're not great at it the first few times, it'll eventually come to you. Mistakes are just part of it, and mistakes can always be fixed up. And at the end of the day, if they can't be fixed up, you just remove it and start again. The best thing about my job is that every day is totally different and fun and amazing.